Here we go again. Two 16-year-old wonder kids have been added into FIFA 20 in the space of a few weeks. First, it was Ansu Fati, and now the next French midfield sensation, Eduardo Camavinga. He burst onto the French football scene after defeating Ligue champions PSG and providing a cheeky little assist in the match, the youngest ever player to do so. Straight out of the Stade Rennais Youth Academy, making multiple appearances in Ligue 1, the Europa League, and in the Cup for the first team, and he also recently declared his nationality from Angolan to French. If you're looking to keep up to date with all the latest scores, news, transfers, and everything the footballing world has to offer, make sure to check out OneFootball. It's available on both iOS and Android. It allows you to follow your favorite teams, your favorite players, and so much more. The download link is in the description, so make sure to give it a go. It's completely free. It is a must-have app for every football fanatic. And we're back with another classic growth test on the channel. It's one of the most hyped up Wonder Kids this season. It's been an outstanding few months for new Wonder Kids in FIFA 20, and you guessed it, we're simulating through as many seasons as possible until Camavinga reaches or even surpasses his potential. How will he grow, develop, and perform as a player, and how long will it take until he receives that precious France national team call-up? With a bright future ahead of him, let's get straight into it. And here he is in all his glory, Eduardo, the Frenchman, fresh off being added into FIFA 20. In the latest squad update, this is the first I'm seeing of him in game, and he's an exciting prospect. EA, just like they've given Ansu Fati, these guys do have a lot in common. They both have 90 potential, both recently changed nationalities, and the Frenchman, like I said, is only 16 years of age. His birthday is on November 10, as we'll take a look at his attributes. What has he got from the get-go? And right there is a massive positive that I'm seeing. High attack on work rates and high defensive work rates as well. He's got 3-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot. He's 6 foot at 16, which is absolutely massive, and he's also a left-footed player. With the physicals and the mentals, nothing really popping out or too much. No dark greens, no crazy high stats off the bat. It's just very, very consistent over here. The main highlights are some light greens in here with 73 acceleration, 74 agility, 74 aggression, and 74 composure for the teenager, which is a really crucial stat in midfield. Dribbling is 73, ball control at 73 as well. He can also play at CDM, but EA for some reason just haven't given him that. With the 72 passing and 71 long passing, it seems like he's a great fit for that midfield position. He also has the long passer trait. He is valued at £3.1 million, 10k from the get-go, 70 overall. It is going to be a roller coaster ride. Let's see how long it takes him to hit that 90 potential, and if he can lead this Stade Rennais side to glory, who knows? And this is the current setup of the squad. Camavinga will be starting in the Stade Rennais team right in the midfield. Unfortunately, he's got no 2D photo, but maybe in a few updates time or later down the line in FIFA 20, he'll get a brand new 2D portrait. Well, in today's growth test, we're going to find out, is Eduardo the real deal? Is he the next big thing in French football? Let's wait and see, but we're going to simulate towards the end of season 1 to see how he performs, see how he grows. Another wonder kid that I have high expectations for. EA have given him brilliant potential, so let's hope he can live up to the billing today. I'll see you at the end of his first season. And guys, if you go on to enjoy the video, make sure to drop it a like down below. It helps out so much. And make sure to hit subscribe and turn on that notification bell down below so you never miss out on any FIFA 20 career mode content coming to you on the regular. We're trying to hit 50k by the end of the year. I don't know if we can do it, but we might as well try. Follow me on Twitter, link is in the description. Also, let me know down below in the comments who should be the next upcoming Wonder Kid who should have their own growth test video. Let me know your favorites and we'll get to them next. And here we are at the end of season 1. Not too much to cheer about in terms of club achievements. Stade Rennais finish in 9, quite a fair distance away from the traveling pack. PSG Invincibles, they're going to be hard to top throughout this growth test, but let's see if Camavinga can take on the world. Also in the Trophée des Champions, it was PSG again dominating 3-0 against us. It was the league winners versus the cup winners, and unfortunately we ended up losing that preseason bout as well. Nevertheless, it's not about cup success, it's all about Camavinga in this episode, and here we go. The growth test commences, and this is how Eduardo's done in his first full professional stint. It is season number 1. He's turned 17. 16 and he still remains at an exciting prospect. It's that +2 overall increase which has now propelled him into the 70s range, and as you can see, the game time isn't all too well for the first season. He's only got 9 appearances, he's dipped his toes in the water, he's had a little taste of first team action, hasn't really gotten all too much game time to show what he's worth. However, in terms of his stats, it was more of a season for personal growth and personal development. As you can see here, the mental's going up. Important physicals like balance, jumping, reactions, and sprint speed all getting little increases as well. And as you usually see with all these growth tests, the technicals always do the best for some reason. They go up every season, pretty much all of them. Short passing and long passing also have received little boosts in there. The long passer trait still stands strong, and as you can see here, his valuation is gone up by 77%. It's more incremental growth for now. £5.5 million valuation, still on 10k a week, and the teenager is set to take on the world. Season 2 is on the horizons. There is still so much more to get to, so much more to achieve, and so much more to this Camavinga story. So let's get Season 2 underway. Here we are at the end of Season 2. It's dawned upon us, and Stade Rennais have stagnated in that 9th position. They haven't gone up, they haven't gone down, and yet again, it's PSG still being invincible in the league. No real domestic success for Camavinga yet. In terms of the Coupe de la Ligue, they got knocked out in the round of 16 to Olympique Lyon, so a decent little cup run there. And it was another round of 16 elimination, this time in the Coupe de France, 3-3 against Marseille, and unfortunately, they just lost on penalties 5-4. Another factor that could really impact this growth test with Camavinga is that, you know, he's at Stade Rennais. It's not like Ansu Fati, who's at Barcelona playing with Messi, Suarez, Griezmann. He's going to become the star of this team. He's going to be the beating soul, the beating heart, the engine of this midfield, and he's going to have to grow and develop up to that quality. It's just a completely different standard. It's a completely different environment, and he's gone up this year from an exciting prospect to has potential to be special. And you all know what that means. It means more growth and more development to be done. He's still a rotational player, but it's his personal best, a +3 to that overall now at a 75, and that means he would be a gold card in Ultimate Team. As we move on to his stats this season, the appearances went up from 9 to 22, and we also have 5 assists on the board as well. He's showing that he can have an eye for a pass. He can have a crucial key pass. That is his job, and he's doing it as a midfielder. We'll move on to his attributes. So we've got the consistent stats increasing, as well as agility, reaction, sprint speed, stamina, which is crucial in career mode, is going up to a 68. The composure as well for the 18-year-old now at a 76, as well as aggression going up. It's what you need in the midfield, and as you can see there, the ball control has just spiked. It's his first dark green stat there as an 84 overall. We'll move on to his other technicals, and they've all gone up. The passing, the long shots, and you know, it's consistent little incremental growth we're experiencing so far, and it's the biggest ever valuation increase, 118%, £12 million valuation. The teenager's market value is skyrocketing, and that's what you want to see. Season 2 was a success in terms of Camavinga's own personal achievements. However, with the club at Stade Rennais, he needs to start winning some silverware. He needs to step up and be their key figure in midfield, and throughout the whole entire team. He's going to carry the whole team on his back as an 18-year-old. Let's see what happens in Season 3. Signs of improvement are shown from the get-go here in Season 3. Some improvements in terms of league positioning. They've gone up from 9th to 6th. They're just outside that European zone. And finally, PSG have lost the game. It wasn't enough for them to lose the league, though. Coupe de la Ligue heartbreak in the semi-finals. Unfortunately, the boys saw a 3-1 loss to Monaco. And just like last season, it was both the same stages of elimination. This time, it was the semi-finals instead of the round of 16. A 4-0 demolition job by PSG saw us crash out of the Coupe de France. League Cup heartbreak, however, Stade Rennais are slowly improving with Camavinga in their ranks, and as you can see here, he's gone back-to-back 2 seasons in a row with that +3 overall increase. He's now reached a 78 overall, has potential to be special too. However, his form's okay. He's creeping up into the 80s ever so slowly, but it's still growth that is sufficient enough. We'll move on to his stats. Less game time than last season, unfortunately. He might have picked up a few injuries along the way. At 19 years of age, he got 1 goal and 1 assist. So his first goal for Stade Rennais in 3 seasons. He only got 17 appearances, and he also got 1 assist in in there. Moving on to the attributes now, you can see that the consistency is shining through here. The light greens are coming through thick and fast, and the acceleration, agility, balance, all stats that are important for his position, reaction, sprint speed, and stamina up to a 74. And then all the technical stats besides volleying goes up. It's so unsatisfying. I just wish they all went up, but you can start to see the dark green stats are emerging here. Shot power has received a +6 there, 85. Dribbling also with a +4. Ball control continues to rise. The market values him at £20 million. Not a big increase in terms of what he achieved last season, but still, it is growth nonetheless. In Season 3, we saw Camavinga and Stade Rennais stocks slowly rising and slowly improving. However, can they build on that? Can they go even further? And let's see if Big Eduardo can hit that 80 overall next season. And would you take a look at this top 4 finish for Stade Rennais this season? They were so far away from the top 2, but 81 points saw them in 3rd position. PSG and Olympique Lyon both with 100 points. And now the effects of Camavinga and an improved squad is now starting to show in terms of the club's success. Qualifying for the Champions League, however, losing out in the Coupe de France to Lyon 4-1. They made it all the way to the final, crumbled at the last stage, and really didn't do all too well in the Coupe de la Ligue, finished in the semi-finals, eliminated to Lyon again. The Europa League berth also saw an elimination to Everton 4-2 in aggregate. And now, at 20 years of age, Eduardo Camavinga has hit that 80 overall. It's only a +2 this season, and his form's taken a hit. I'm not too sure why. He's in bad form. We're going to take a look at his stats this season. It was 33 appearances. That's the most he's had for Stade Rennais this year. That's the most he's had for Stade Rennais throughout these seasons. So Season 4, he's appearing more. However, the goals and assists aren't really showing. 1 goal and 2 assists. I know his main duties are probably in the midfield to link the defense to the attack, the midfield to the attack, and he might have more of an effect in-game than actual on paper and on stats, but it's still important to get some goals and assists, so hopefully he can improve in terms of performances. However, we'll take a look at his attributes yet again, and almost every single physical and mental stat going up. Aggression staying the same, but you can see reactions heading into the 80s, and now the strength also improving ever so slightly. Sprint speed, agility, balance, acceleration, they're all really consistent, and all the light greens, you don't really see a weak point in his game. We also have the first 90 stat to report on. Ball control at a 90 with that +4. Stand tackle is now a brand new dark green stat. Shot power increasing there as an 86. Consistent growth in his technicals and also just in his stats overall. I mean, he's gone up leaps and bounds. In terms of his valuation, it's only a +45%. He's now valued at £29 million. So now 20-year-old Camavinga is going to make his debut in Europe next season. Let's see how he fares 5 seasons in. At the halfway stage, Europe, watch out, Stade Rennais and Eduardo Camavinga are coming for ya. And it was so close. They nearly went all the way if it wasn't for PSG. The French Giants finishing off with 110 points. Invincible again. And we finish Ligue 1 runners-up. Camavinga finishing off the season with a silver medal, and it was just so close but no cigar, just like in the leagues last season, how they lost in the finals. And yet again, it's the 3rd final loss on the bounce. We lose to PSG again 3-0, the league champions. And in the Coupe de la Ligue, we didn't even make the finals. Where were Stade Rennais with an early knockout? Champions League debut, and it was right back down to earth. We got eliminated back to the Europa League. Schalke took out that 2nd position on goal difference, unfortunately. Let's take a look at our Europa League progress. In the round of 32, wasn't another elimination, no. 5-2 aggregate win over Standard Liège. 3-2 on aggregate against Chelsea saw us go into the quarterfinals. 6-1 against Lazio. Okay, semi-finals now, and it was a 3-0 elimination on aggregate to Arsenal, and we get eliminated in the semis. So a deep European Cup run, finishing runners-up in the league, and yet another cup final loss. What is it going to take? What is going to happen until Eduardo Camavinga receives his first piece of silverware? He's 5 seasons in and has been so unlucky. However, he's gone up a +3 in terms of overall, now at an 83, starting to develop into a quality elite player, and still so young at 21 years of age. He's got time to get even better. He has potential to be special, and his form is not bad this season. It's just okay. 54 appearances saw the most Camavinga's ever played, and got a run out here at Stade Rennais, so you can see he's starting to move up in the ranks here at the club. So 5 goal contributions. His output is decent. It can get better. 4 goals goals and 1 assist in 54 games. It is a lot of games, it's a lot of minutes, but reactions going up to an 84 sees it be the first dark green, and the physicals, mentals all going up besides composure, and agility now hits in 80 overall. Interceptions now at an 80 as well, and the technicals is now where you're starting to see his world-class quality shine. The 90 ball control not budging this season, however, long passing going up to an 82. His short passing now at an 83, shot powers at an 87, and then stand tackling reaches an 89. The first 90 stats to break through here. The first few 90 stats to break through here, it is 87. The first few 90 stats to break through here, it is dribbling now at a 93, going up a +6. Nonetheless, it is a +36% increase in terms of his valuation, nearly at that £40 million. It is valued at $39.5 million. It's a long and hard road until that £100 million valuation, but let's see how long it's going to take him to get there. And unfortunately, Didier Deschamps does not see that Camavinga is ready yet. It's the 2024 Euros, and he hasn't made the squad in terms of the midfield. Let's hope maybe in the next few World Cups or Euros that he can finally get a national team call-up. Season 5 is now done and dusted. Quite a bittersweet end to the season. We could have done so much more in terms of Stade Rennais' success and silverware for Camavinga, but as we're more focused on his growth and development throughout the years, we're going to focus on that and see what he can achieve in Season 6. I mean, how close do they want to get? PSG at this rate are unstoppable. 104 points. They beat us out by 1, and Camavinga 2 years in a row finishes with a runners-up medal. 103 points, a Centurion season. Even though we only lost 1 time, PSG take out the title only by 1 point. You can feel the disappointment, you can feel the anger, but finally we got our revenge in the Trophée des Champions, 1-0 against PSG. Finally a bit of silverware for Camavinga to cheer about. However, in the Coupe de France, the PSG and Stade Rennais rivalry continues, and they win in that one 2-0. The Coupe de la Ligue though saw us win on penalties after it was a 3-3 thriller. A 6-goal roller coaster saw us win 4-3 after extra time on penalties, and that is another piece of silverware to add to the collection. Undefeated in Group H of the Champions League, we moved on to the round of 16 and saw us get eliminated to Barcelona. Of course, they got matched up against them 4-2 in aggregate. And after one of probably the most successful seasons in the club's history, Eduardo Camavinga, yet again, he's grown a +3. There hasn't been many seasons where he's just gone up by heaps. It's just steady incremental growth throughout the seasons, which I kind of dig. It's a slow and steady grind. You got to respect it. At 22 years of age, he played 57 games, and this is probably one of his most successful seasons as well. Being a key figure in the midfield, being an influential player in this Stade Rennais side, and you can tell there with 19 goals, that is absolutely blown every season before last out of the water. On top of that, he's got 14 assists, so his output has gone up leaps and bounds since all the other seasons. It's only taken 6 years, but with 33 goal contributions, that is something to definitely praise him for. And in terms of his performances, you'd expect his stats to go up as well, and you can see there the dark greens are starting to come out in the physicals, interceptions, and now aggression has moved into the 80s, agility now at an 81, the stamina has crept all the way up to 80, reactions also getting the dark green treatment, ball control up to a 92, dribbling at a 96. Oh my goodness, stand tackling now reaching that 94. He's one of the best midfield talents in the world at this rate. 22 years of age, a 91% increase in terms of his valuation. £75.5 million. He is 3/4 of the way towards that £100 million valuation. At 125k a week, Eduardo Camavinga is slowly turning into one of France's best. Silverware check, performances check, and Eduardo Camavinga being an absolute beast check. However, he's 4 overall points away from his 90 potential. Let's see if he can achieve it in Season 7. Let's get on straight into lucky season number 7. And what is that now? Like 3 seasons in a row runners up in Ligue are 98 points. It wasn't 100, but PSG again with 170 points. They're just too good. They're just absolutely insane. They're unstoppable. Not even Camavinga can stop them from winning the league year on year. Let's see, maybe the impossible can happen and Stade Rennais could overtake PSG one day. The beef and the rivalry continues with PSG here. They lost 1-0 in the Trophée des Champions. We'll take a look at the Coupe de France. It was a semi-final elimination, and guess who? it was to the hands of PSG. And now we take a look at the Coupe de la Ligue. And was it another semi-final elimination? Yes, Coupe de la Ligue heartbreak again on penalties, 5-4 against Monaco. It was domestic heartbreak for Stade Rennais, however they made it up for it in the Champions League. Continentally, they finished second in Group H, Spurs on top. As we move into the round of 16, it was a 4-1 elimination of Juventus on aggregate, so a big shock draw there. And then Spurs, we got matched up against the team that probably beat us in the group. 3-1 on aggregate. It's the furthest we've ever gone in the Champions League. What an achievement. It wasn't to be in season number 7. There was no lucky cup trophies or any silverware to celebrate. However, it didn't stop the growth of performance of Eduardo Camavinga in season 7. 23 years of age now. His form is bad for some reason. I don't know why. He's now 2 points away from his potential. He's finally hit that 88 and a +2 again this season. We'll take a look at his performances. He scored 15 goals and 1 assist in 43 appearances, so less appearances, but the goals are still coming through, which is nice to see. And for the first time in a while, all the physicals and mentals have gone up now with the 85 stamina, which is absolutely brilliant. The 85 sprint speed, nearly that 90 reactions at 89, agility and balance both at 82, the aggression at an 83, and the interceptions creeping up to an 85. No 99 stats to show for as of yet. No, stand tackling is now at a 99, going up at +5. It's sneaked up, and it's the first stat to hit maximum, finishing at a 96, dribbling so close at 97, and also ball control in the 94 range. So a few more stats before this growth test is over could be at 99 and max potential. And he's 10 million pounds away from that 100 million pound mark. He's gone up 19% in terms of his transfer market value. And surely every club in Europe is snapping at the heels of Eduardo right now, but the Frenchman is staying right here. And look at that, season 7. It's taken a few years, but he's finally earned the captain's armband, and he's finally got a national team call up to the France team. And for the World Cup in 2026, I believe, he's going to be representing France. The world is his oyster. Let's see if he can achieve some world domination in season 8. And you hate to see it. In Camavinga's first ever World Cup bout, in his first few international appearances, it's a quarterfinals elimination to Germany 2-0. And it's only taken 8 years, but finally they've got one over PSG. Camavinga wins his first Ligue 1 title 8 seasons in. He's fulfilled his destiny. It's finally achieved. And with 100 points, bang on Centurion season, we finish off season 8 convincingly Ligue 1 champions as well. In the Trophée des Champions, it was a 2-1 win against PSG. We're doing a lot of trophies over them. We've done the domestic treble, 4-1 against Lille in the final there. And we've gone ahead and won every single damn trophy in France. Coupe de la Ligue there with a 2-0 victory over PSG. And now it's time for Camavinga and Stade Rennais to take over. It was domestic domination for Camavinga and his side, but 13 points in Group H saw him qualify for the round of 16. They won against Real Madrid 4-3 on aggregate. And then unfortunately, we went through against Juventus, and then it was unfortunately in the semi-finals. It's the furthest they've gone in the Champions League as well. Camavinga knocked out against Spurs, the eventual finalists. Undoubtedly, probably one of the most successful seasons in Stade Rennais history, and it's all thanks to one man, Eduardo Camavinga, their golden boy, the Frenchman. He came back from the World Cup, he got some World Cup experience, and he's like to go up by 2s, by 3s throughout this whole growth test in terms of his overall, and this time he's gone up by a +3. He's fulfilled his potential, he's even surpassed it there at 91, 8 seasons in now, 24. His status is one of the world's best, he's one of the world's best midfielders, and honestly, you can see why. I'm puzzled as why his form is bad at the moment, as you can see there in his stats. How could his form be bad if he's getting 36 goals and 8 assists? 46 goal contributions is absolutely mental. 52 appearances as well. He's been playing so much football recently. He has just gotten so many minutes, so much football action, and still, at only 24 years of age, is one of the best performing midfielders. The physicals and mentals also going up now at a 96, reactions creeping up into the 90s, interceptions also getting that 90s treatment, and stamina at an 87. Strength is only downside. It's the penalties and free kick accuracy letting him down, volleys as well. However, everything else is pretty much perfect. 99 finishing, the 90s for the long pass, long shots, and short passing as well, going up to an 86. Shot power at a 90. Stand tackling can't get any better. And surely now he's hit the 100 million mark. He's gone past it. He's absolutely smashed it with that plus 28% increase, now valued at 116 million pounds. And here we have it. They followed up last season. They've gone back-to-back in Ligue 1. Stade Rennais and Eduardo Camavinga are crowned champions once again. It also saw us win the Trophée des Champions again 2-0 against PSG. We're in the final of the Coupe de France, which we'll probably simulate as we go over to the Coupe de la Ligue. It was a 4-0 thrashing of Saint Etienne, and that leaves us in the Champions League final up against Bayern Munich, which we are going to play in 2028. Eduardo Camavinga is going to have the chance to win football's ultimate prize, the Holy Grail. It was a spectacular season for Stade Rennais in terms of performances in the league, in the cups and all that stuff, but Eduardo Camavinga is going ahead and delivered another picture-perfect world-class season. Sitting here at the end of season 9 with a +2 now at a 93, still one of the world's best. He's in excellent form this time. So let's go ahead and take a look at his stats this season, and it's 62 appearances for the 25-year-old, 34 goals and 6 assists, 40 goal contributions in terms of output, in terms of appearances. That is his best season to date, and he saved it for the second last, as we'll be having season 10 after we play this Champions League final. You're going to be seeing some top-notch gameplay, hopefully. As you can see there, his stats have pretty much been absolutely stunning right here. There's not much he could improve on, but he's still gone ahead and improved certain aspects of his game here. Obviously, he specializes in so many other things right here. Long passing, long shots, defensive awareness now at an 88, dribbling, of course, at a 99. Crossing and curve aren't quite as high as you'd like, but yet again, he's a midfielder, and he's pretty much got the perfect stats. A plus 15% increase upon his valuation in the transfer market this season. He now stands at 133.5 million. And this is how Stade Rennais will be lining up. We finally get to see him in action under the floodlights. He will be the captain tonight, leading the lads out for this Champions League final. It's time to prove his potential. It's time to prove his world-class ability here on the world stage up against Bayern Munich. Let's get this one underway. Here it is then, Champions League final. Camavinga, it's your time to shine. From the youth academy all the way up to a Champions League final. He's led this side to glory, and now they're up against Bayern Munich, one of the biggest heavy hitters in Europe, and it's all going down at the Stadio Metropolitano. Camavinga will lead the lads out. What a proud moment for the Frenchman, leading Stade Rennais to their first ever Champions League final. This is a historic moment, not only in Camavinga's career, but for his boyhood club and his club for his life, Stade Rennais. And don't you worry, he's got a star-studded lineup in his ranks right here. We've got some quality world-class players alongside Camavinga, and this squad has been transformed. It's been turned on its head, and that is the Holy Grail that we're fighting for today. Hopefully Eduardo can get his hands on it, but this is how Bayern Munich, they will not be taken lightly. This is how they'll be lining up. They've got a pretty decent side, a lot of firepower on the bench as well. We'll cut away, and Camavinga's in the middle waiting. He'll make another dominant run, and he tried to feed the ball through. Unfortunately, the run was on, and Gnabry now, Militao with a big interception. Camavinga connecting the midfield to the attack. João Felix over the top. Camavinga again powering through. He's got the pace to beat his man. He'll come back inside for the assist to João Felix. And it's poetry in motion. Camavinga with an assist in the Champions League final. And it was fluid, liquid football from the French outfit. And the captain with a goal contribution with a vital pass, a vital play. The way he just shimmied past his man. There we go. That's our breakthrough. We're 1-0 up, and Camavinga is on fire in these early stages. Over to Luiz, his midfield partner. Camavinga will cut back, and he is running the show in the midfield at the moment. He'll find the ball out wide to Rafinha. It's a lovely shifted pass over the top, and now Rafinha at the back post. João Felix was there. Camavinga, lovely interception, lovely tackle. He gets taken down, and Lo Celso showing no prisoners at the moment. Camavinga will track back. 99 slide tackling. Get in there. The Brazilian coming back to defend. And now Camavinga with a exquisite change of direction. Who's making the runs? Camavinga again. He's just loving shimmying past his man. And he's made his way through the midfield here. João Felix is making the run. Another crucial ball in. Can it be another assist? And he shoots his shot wide. João Felix will get there first. Portuguese mastermind gets there, and now it's Cunha running through on goal. He's got Camavinga to his left. Will he go for the sweaty? He'll pass it across goal, squares it across, and Camavinga gets his goal in the Champions League final. The captain lead him by example, and there we go. The number 18 running all the way from midfield. He's got the bloody engine of a traction engine. He's got the stamina, he's got the pace, and he's made his way through the Bayern defense. Unselfishly squared across, and Camavinga tucks it away into that bottom left-hand corner. 2-0 to Stade Rennais. We're just warming up here. We're going into full gear at the moment. Now Camavinga, He already has a goal and assist to his name. Can he add even more? The number 18 will crack one from distance, and it took a wicked deflection and nearly creeped its way into that top left-hand corner. Rodrigo finds its way across Konate. Can see Camavinga, but he will opt for the overlapping run. Camavinga goes through, and that's a penalty. He wins a penalty running straight through right on halftime. Literally, it was stoppage time, and Hakimi brings him down. And you bet the captain is taking this one. He won it. He will take it. Okay, it was a bit of a dive. He made the most of it. He hasn't got that great penalties like we saw throughout the seasons, but can he slot this one away for his second? The captain, can he do it tonight? And it's a poor penalty. What is going on? The Frenchman misses right on halftime. Onana drops the ball on the line. We'll go into the break 2-0 up. We couldn't put the icing on top there with the Camavinga penalty, but we still got the second half. Uasa, again, being an absolute powerhouse, gives it back, and now Donny van de Beek halves the deficit for Bayern Munich, and the Dutchman will get the goal, and that is poor, sloppy defending. Camavinga gave the ball away, and then we gave it straight back to them, just like that, and Van de Beek slips it through. That's their first shot of the night, and it's a goal, 2-1. Rodrigo can't win it back either. Camavinga's trying to track back. Gnabry has a go, and it's just gone wide for the Germans. That could have been the equalizer. Come on, we need to kill this game off, Miguel Luis. Camavinga now, we're trying to find that third and final goal to kill this Champions League final off. Now Rodrigo, he'll put the ball into the middle, and there we go. Cunha with the goal. Surely that will wrap things up here. We still have 15 minutes to go, so anything is possible. But Cunha finally delivers the punishing blow, and it was Camavinga's ball. He got it from midfield, and he started the play off. He took initiative, and the captain started that whole entire play there. Cunha was the man, the fox in the box, to slot it home. Oh, Van de Beek's made his way through now. Bayern Munich want to get the second. It is the save from Meret in goal, but Hakimi right off kickoff. This is why I said it's not over yet. And Hakimi gets the second. Now it is 3-2, 5 goals. Is it going to be one last twist in the tail? We're not too sure yet. Camavinga will be back on defensive duties. Get there. Camavinga throws his body on the line, but it's not enough. Gabriel Jesus now, he's pretty much out of stamina, even though his stamina is in tip-top shape. And now it's Kimmich down this left-hand side. Camavinga with the big deflection. It's still at the hands of Bayern Munich. And there we go. The ref has called it. It was those two vital defensive plays from Camavinga in the end. He put his body on the line. He did it for Stade Rennais in France. And now it is Champions League glory for the one and only Eduardo Camavinga, the captain of Stade Rennais, their youth academy product. The Frenchman does the impossible and achieves European glory. And as a captain, he gets to lift the trophy up, and what a celebration it will be into the night now. 9 seasons deep, and Camavinga has achieved all he could achieve. A goal and an assist, and just an all-round midfield masterclass from Eduardo tonight. He definitely deserves to be our man of the match here at the Wanda Metropolitano. In the big games, he's a big game player, and he steps up to the plate. Beautiful scenes of glorious emotion. You just love to see it. And maybe one day the 16-year-old could do it. Not at Stade Rennais, but, you know, maybe a PSG, maybe a big European club. You never know what the future holds. And the fireworks will commence here at the Wanda Metropolitano. Camavinga's going to be partying into the night. I'll leave you with some of the celebrations, but I'll meet you back in the menus for all the stats and all he has to show for us in Season 10. But for now, Eduardo, enjoy this moment. Stade Rennais are European champions. And here he is, after all the success he had in Season 9, winning the Champions League, winning all those trophies. Here he is 10 seasons later, in 2029, 10 seasons in his final form now at 26 years of age. He's entering his prime, basically, but he's still one of the world's best. He's gone up +4 over his predicted potential by EA. He's in excellent form yet again. We'll take a look at his stats this season. 59 appearances, 30 goals and 10 assists. He's proven to be more of a goal scorer and less of a provider. His output is second to none, and 40 goal contributions yet again. Just take a look at all those competitions he's participating in. He must be absolutely knackered, but he's got a lot in the tank. Only 26 years of age. The captain is well deservedly one of the best in the world. Look at those stats. I mean, 93 stamina, 94 sprint speed as well to finish it off. Technical still through the roof, still improving there with 99 long shots, 88 short passing, and 90 defensive awareness as well, 97 ball control to finish it off, and his final valuation is £142.5 million with that cheeky plus 6% increase. A starter not only for Stade Rennais but also captaining the national side here. He's the captain of France, leading them to glory as well, and he's slotted straight into that midfield position, 94 overall, and he's pretty much one of the best players in France behind Kylian Mbappe. And just to cap off Season 10, finishing runners-up in Ligue 1 with 101 points, PSG win it again. Trophée des Champions was acquired as well. In the Coupe de France, they got eliminated early on in the round of 16, unfortunately, but they made up for it in the Coupe de la Ligue with one final victory, 3-0 against Strasbourg in the final. And we finish it off perfectly here. The stars have aligned, and we finish it off with back-to-back Champions League victories there. 2-0 against Atletico Madrid in the final, and Camavinga gets back-to-back European trophies. And that is going to cap off another successful growth test here, and this time Eduardo Camavinga bared the fruits of a successful career 10 seasons into FIFA 20 career mode. If you did go ahead and enjoy, please make sure to slap a like on it down below, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications for more FIFA 20 career mode content coming at you on the regular. Follow me on Twitter, link is in the description, and also comment down below what upcoming Wonder Kid should be next on the FIFA 20 career mode growth test. I have been BCHD, hopefully you did enjoy, have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you all on the very next video.